Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy healing to happiness with exceptional, evidential, and ethical spirit communications. Spirit medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and has featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is spirit medium Laura now.
Jesus, that guy. I could have hired somebody with a more lively personality now, couldn't I have? Every time I hear that, I think to myself, I've got to change that. But anyway, here's Laura. And I appreciate you for forgiving me for being negligent in allowing that be the opening for this radio show. This is a show that is psychic in nature. I do mediumship. I do messages about your own life. I also do mending, which is healing, mentoring, metaphysics, medical intuition, a gamut of things, all in complement but not replacement for your licensed professional advice and help. So the couple of announcements I make before I get into the readings, one of which is a website for this show called spiritmediumtv.com. And there you will find the following announcements. The breakdown of time for the show is 15 minutes in the beginning. I'll be talking about group-related information. There'll be a channeling section here, and there'll be a focus subject at this time. First 15 minutes. Next 15 minutes, I'll be doing other side connections, or I give them priority. And then after that, I do a mix of everything I said before. There's also the phone number to get into the reading queue on spiritmediumtv.com, the schedule for the show, and the link to Blog Talk Radio. On spiritmediumtv.com, you can watch a live video feed of me doing the show. And I did I did wash my hair and blow it out, so it's worth going there. You also can learn about how to get a 25% discount on a private session with me, which is item 1 on spiritmediumtv.com. Item 2 is how to be in to win a private session with me, which is a monthly contest. And I'll just tell you now, all you need to do is join the mailing list, which is on the upper right portion of spiritmediumtv.com. And then I have a little nifty way for you to jump to the top of the queue by making a donation. That's item 3 on spiritmediumtv.com. And I call it the 8 No Wait. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. And that donation goes to an animal charity, an animal rescue charity. Item 4 on spiritmediumtv.com is how to get certified to be a soul psychic healer. I'm getting rave reviews from those that have completed the 4-month training course. So if you'd like to learn more about that, that's item 4 on spiritmediumtv.com. And I also told you what item 5 is, which is watching the show live. Couple of event announcements. The first announcement actually is the contest. We're coming to the end of June of 2016. We're coming to the end of July of 2016. So I will be doing the July contest soon. So don't forget to get in the mailing list queue if you can. Somebody gave me their email earlier, but I didn't ask a lot of people that were in the queue. And if you're just coming in now, join the mailing list at spiritmediumtv.com. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be part of a virtual financial global series on financial consciousness, how to raise your financial consciousness. And if you go to spiritmediumtv.com and you scroll down a little bit, you'll see there's a details link there. And that allows you to register for the entire teleseries or virtual series. It's on the internet. Once you're in, you can go back and listen to recordings and so on. There's all kinds of special offers. I'm not the only one in it. It's 10 people, 9 other people and myself are in this. It's free. All kinds of information for you, wisdom, hopefully. This Friday, I'm in Southeast Florida in the Boca Raton area. I'm sponsoring discounted tickets to see the ballet. So if you want to come along with me, there's a link there to get to see the ballet. And we have a focus subject and also a nice little testimonial. Karen Whaley, who took my master certification training and is now a soul psychic healer, is a master certified soul psychic healer, said to me in an email the other day, "Hello, Laura, I finally completed your training, and boy, was I ever thrilled." Let me tell you something, everybody listening. I was thrilled too, because I really hadn't gotten a lot of good feedback. I thought, do you ever do this to yourself? I thought the compliments I was getting was just people being nice to me, but this one really hit home. Not only with the amount of information, but also with the new and different information you provided in the course. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your training has helped me to become a much more confident medium and also given me numerous additional means to enhance my income. I'm so grateful to have found you and your incredible training. Sincerely, Karen. Well, Karen, you obviously are a person who knows how to find, how to apply information. So I thank you so much for your comments. And, I wrote these courses. I wrote 4 different courses, and they work you from becoming more aware of your own intuition, which is alignment with your soul, to channeling or opening up that connection to the collective unconscious, your guides, your angels, and the spirit world, to clairvoyance, that's seeing auras, reading, chakras, healing, telepathy, remote viewing. That's in the psychic clairvoyance course. And then the last course in the series is the mediumship course. So I'm glad to hear that. And if you go to Spirit Medium TV, item 4 on that page will link you through for more information about the training. I feel like my nose is stuffed up again. Guys, I hope I'm not getting sick. I feel good, but I've been having a round of illness lately. Okay, focus subject. I have articles on the right sidebar of spiritmediumtv.com. And if you go there, you'll always find some new articles. And I wrote 2 today. One of them is Carpe Diem, seize the day in every way. And the other one is Harmony, attracting relationships in harmony with your vibration. I'm going to focus on that one right now. Okay, the other one is there if you want to take a look at it. And I don't even remember what I wrote in it actually. But the latter one, Harmony, attracting relationships in harmony with your vibration, is the one I'll be talking about now. And basically, recently, I have been noticing that I am becoming incongruent with many of the people that life is presenting before me. Just as an example, I don't know, maybe I'm just becoming less tolerant, or I think it's because my vibration has shifted. One of the major shifts that I have done or undertaken recently, I've been speaking about over the last maybe 2 months or so. It started with surrender, and it moved into prayer, letting go, letting God, and I'm just happier now, much more happy-go-lucky. And the happier I get and the more peaceful I become, even when I'm alone with myself, uh, is becoming less and less, well, more and more, I'll say it this way, more and more aware of incongruities between my centered peacefulness and other people's energy. Other people's energy. Um, and I'm saying this for a reason, not just to tell you about myself, but perhaps if you are going through something like this, where you feel that you've polished your own vibration, or you've just become aware that some of the relationships around you are very toxic, or grating on your nerves, or inharmonious in whatever way. It means that you're shifting. You're shifting vibrationally, and it's time for change. And you may say to yourself, okay, I shifted, and so therefore the change needs to happen, right? Because the law of attraction and the law of vibration say that we attract what we are. So then by default, as my vibration shifts, I should be attracting new situations. Well, to a certain extent. Earth, or in this 3-dimensional reality, or as we stay in a 3-dimensional reality, the the experience of shifted vibration, the physical experience of a shifted frequency, takes a little bit of time. You can speed it up by first being aware of it, and that means being aware of incongruent, inharmonious situations. Okay? And the second part of it is to ask. Ask spirit, God, higher power, whatever you want to call that, angels, whatever guides, bring in the shift. Such a simple thing as asking, we always overlook. And I have been overlooking it, which is part of my shift. Is I remembered it. I didn't remember it on my own. Spirit woke me up in the middle of the night and told me to do this. And duh, uh, yeah, ask and ye shall receive. So if you are feeling that you are in incongruent, inharmonious situations, it means that you've polished or shifted or raised your frequency, or you've just shifted your frequency in some way. So you need to repattern it, or you need to uh, realign it with your environment. Asking for that realignment will speed up the process some, and you will find then that things will get better for you, and you go back to a harmony again. And by the way, this is all good stuff. So every time you're feeling uncomfortable in your life, it's a good thing, not a bad thing. It's a wake-up call, not a siren. Not a do me siren in your ear. It's a wake up call. It's a nice little bell ringing for dinner. Ding, 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 ding. It means it's time for change, and it's time for you to ask for a shift by asking the powers that be, the powers of which we are all a part, the greater all, asking for help and asking for support in your shift. Okay, so now we're going to do the little group message, and I do need to do a little meditation first. So I'd like all of you that are listening and all of you that are in the queue, they're going to participate with readings or what have you, if you would please sit back in your respective chairs and start to focus on your breath. Uncross your arms and legs. Start to focus on your breath from your abdominal area, allowing yourself to get very light and relaxed. Allowing yourself to release all concern about past, present, and future on exhale. Continuing to breathe in deeply from your abdominal area. And relaxing on the exhale. I would like each of you now to call in from the other side any souls that you would like to speak with. Call them into the room with you. Say hello. Ask them to sit down with you. Grab a bite to eat. Give them a glass of water. And all other people that are looking for an answer to a life question, please ask Spirit that your question be answered and that you receive what you need today, especially for healings as well. Okay, so ask the Spirit provide for you that which you need. While you're doing that, I'm going to do the prayer, and I'll be back in a millisecond. Please invoke all requests made today, the Master preparations. And now what I need you all to do, on your next exhale of breath, I need you to release into your space your energy, and I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, there's a lot of blue light tonight, blue light in the audience. Blue is a serene color, meaning peaceful. Also could mean communicate. Communicators are with us. Those in the audience are communicators, or it could mean that we're just simply going to be doing communication with the spirit world. We'll see as we go along. Hey, Psychic Brenda. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of channeling. Bear with me for a moment. We are here. We are the ones. We have been waiting for our opportunity to speak with all of you. We appreciate and love each and every one of you. We are working with each of you on your own evolution. Each of you has your own way, your own unique way of looking at the world and perceiving things. And although you feel it is unique, we would like to remind you that it is not unique. Each of you actually shares a group vision, for it is almost impossible for you to have your own unique vision without being influenced by the whole or the all that is. Each of you has a certain amount of seep, of data from everyone else. You see, that is called telepathy. Each and every one of you is connected, either because you intend to connect or inadvertently you are connected. So when you take action in your lives, remember that you are taking action for the whole and for everyone else. And also remember that if you are upset about something, it might not be your own fear. It could be that you are picking up race consciousness or the fear of others. We always need to remind you of this, that anything you feel that is a limitation is not so. There are no limitations in the world of spirit. There only is the sense of being alive and the sense of beingness. So ask yourself the next time you feel that you are disconnected, unhappy, unreasonable about something, perhaps impatient with self or others, remind yourself that that is not your own stuff. That is the race consciousness of fear. And remind yourself that there is only peace, only love, and only abundance at the higher spheres of being. When you do that, you will realign your abundance frequency and also your heart and soul. Namaste. Okay, and so I'm going to go to the first person waiting for another side connection. That would be Jessica. Hey, Susie. Okay, going to Jessica. Hi, Jessica. How are you this evening, love?
Hi, I'm doing really good.
Good.
Better.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad, sweetheart. Okay, so it's funny because before I felt a father figure, an older man. Now I feel a mother very strongly. Give me a moment to just simmer down and get to your vibration, Jessica. Hold on for a second, love. Jessica. Who's there from Spirit for Jessica? Mother. Okay, still feeling, I'm hearing the word mother. I don't see anyone just yet. What's going on in the background, darling? I hear all these funny little noises. Are you doing something? Jessica?
It might be the air conditioning.
No? Okay.
It might just be the air conditioning.
All right, hold on. Hold on, darling. Let me see who's there. Okay, is it a woman who's carrying a little bit, well, she's carrying a lot of extra weight, actually. I don't feel she's your mother. I feel that she's somebody in the family, and maybe there's an echo, there's all kinds of things which affects my concentration. And this particular work requires a lot of focus. But I'm going to do my very, very best, sweetheart, okay? Jessica, so let me see what I'm seeing here. Okay, so she's overweight, and she feels like an aunt, not like your mother. So if she could also be a grand aunt, but she's not directly up your line. She's carrying extra weight on her. She also has a son under her. She's a very calm personality when she's on Earth. She gets sick later in her life. She also has problems with her legs and walking around. She's hard for her to get around. I know I haven't given you. Wait a minute. Serious debilitation. She has a serious debilitation later in life, which you would not overlook. She's going a little fast for my words. I was going to say to you, Jessica, that I hadn't given you anything you could really identify, and then all of a sudden she tried to clarify something, saying that it would be impossible for you to not understand that this particular member of your family was having difficulty getting around, mobility issues later in her life, and this made her stand out in the family. Okay, so from what I said, and I'll go over it again if you need, seems like it's a female. Seems like it's not directly up a mother's line, but maybe a little bit off to the side of that, like an aunt or grand aunt. It also could be an aunt or grand aunt on your father's side. I don't know yet whose side of the family she's on. She's carrying extra weight.
The only person the person that comes to mind, I think it's my grandmother who passed, because I don't know any great aunts or anything.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Did you know if she was overweight at some point in her life? Overweight?
She was a little bit overweight. Mm-hmm.
All right, now she's showing me a little bit more about when she walks, carrying the extra weight. She kind of moves back and forth like a bit of a waddle, like when she's walking. There's something very unique or distinct about her legs. They're giving her a lot of problems as she moves into the latter part of her life, or her years. But that's not the main thing. It's just an aspect of her being that she's trying to show me right now. Trying to get a few other things. There's also something going on with her lungs. It's very, very difficult for her, and that's the primary element that's taking a toll on her health. Does that fit the grandma you're thinking of, please? Lungs, please.
The only thing that I know about her is that she had a pacemaker, so I'm not sure about her lungs or anything, but I'm open to whatever message she has. If whoever it is, whatever ancestor it is.
Of course, honey. And in mediumship, I do need to get a firm ID from them to you before we give a message. Yeah, otherwise, it's just hearsay, I like to know where the messages are coming from. It could be coming from the devil unless I make a positive ID. So let's just continue with this a little bit. Yeah, so she has a son, remember? Now, is this your father's mother you're thinking of? Because she's had a man down her line.
Yeah.
Male. Okay. She's carrying extra weight. She waddles a bit when she walks. She shows me lungs, which could also be maybe part of the heart, or the heart in the chest area, but I don't know. All I know is I get problem breathing, which I will add in there. You may not remember too much of what she looks like from what you're saying, but I will say that her hair is on the shorter side. It has a nice thickness to it and a bit of a wave. And it's coiffed nicely. It's soft and layered. It's not square cut at the jaw. It's more layered like that. She has even features, oval face, a little bit wider in the cheekbone to forehead area, and then we get a little narrower as we get down towards the chin area. She's very firm in her speaking and the way she talks about things. She likes to keep everything very organized. I just said firm in her speaking. These are things she's saying to me. In other words, when she speaks deliberately. And you might have heard stories about her, so I'll leave that with you. You don't need to confirm it. And the other thing is she likes to keep her house very orderly and very neat and very organized. Everything was always very clean. And she says that your father might have complained a little bit about that, might have felt sometimes like it was a little difficult to be in the house because everything was so orderly. This one I do want to see. Do you remember that, please? Yes or no?
I don't know if I remember that. I mean, I know when she passed, I think she's a little bit of a hoarder when she passed.
Okay, well then she was a neat hoarder then. We'll just say it like that. She liked to keep everything in its place. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. I find when I do mediumship, sometimes the wording is extremely literal. So she just said, and you'll listen to this again later on, she was very neat and organized and liked to keep everything in its place. So that does not necessarily mean she was not a hoarder. Could have meant she kept everything very neat in its place as a hoarder.
That might be
okay.
true.
Yeah. So you'll find out. I hopefully. Okay. She's also given me a little bit more information that your mother might have found her a little bit difficult. Okay, well that's kind of common.
That's a definite.
Yeah, because of that. By the way, part of it was this compulsive nature of her mother-in-law. Everything had to be neat and organized. Everything had to be in its place. Now I want to take it a step further to even kind of what we call like a little retentive on things, holding things to herself. That she's now showing me grandma on dad's side that she liked to, not only did she like to keep things in its place, and you're adding in hoarding, but the spirit is building on that. She's building on that to show me that she didn't like to share information easily. She was a little bit on the controlling side. Now she's coughing again. She's coughing up blood and some phlegm. So besides the pacemaker, she has something definitely going on in her lungs, is what she's showing me again. She says that there's something about where she was laid to rest, buried with, I think, with grandpa, or buried near grandpa. It's very important to her. She brings this in. I think that's something very important that she wants to say, that she was buried in her family plot, or with her own family, or with her husband, which was your grandfather. And again, you may not know any of this. She also shows me that you have a boy. There's another boy down the family line, like a great-grandson to her. Do you have a boy yourself, honey, or do you have a sibling, or is there another boy that's down the family line? I see a young boy running around.
My brother. I have a brother.
Oh, okay.
I don't have kids yet, but I have a brother.
Okay, all right, that's probably what it is. Okay, so we're going to go to more of a personal message now. She loves you very much, okay? She says you think very much like her in good ways, okay, in good ways. Not the hoarding way, she says, but you're very organized in your thinking, you're very, very calm temperament. She, by the way, claimed those qualities before. You're very organized in your thinking and you're very calm, deliberate temperament. She says you don't let anybody take control over you and you know how to assert yourself. These are qualities I had as well. You may wonder where you got them from. She says, but I would like to lay claim to some of that, as if you inherited it from me, she says. Keep up the good work in your own life. She uses the word school. And sometimes that word is just thrown in there, so I'm trying to go into double check on that. What do you mean, Grandma? Is Jessica, you're doing something new in your home and in your life that's going to bring a lot of wealth and abundance into you, she says. Keep it up. You're going to go far in life. So you could take that loosely or, very specifically, but that's what she's kind of saying. I'm giving you a loose, I'm making it a little looser and broader because that's how it feels to me. I don't really know if I can make it so specific. That you're doing something in your life that is going to turn out to be very abundant for you. Okay, she's giving me more words now. No, you're very good in, okay. So you keep your life very organized and whatever you're doing is going to end up being very, very abundant for you. I hope that makes sense to you because I can't get a better message than that from her right now. Does that make sense to you, sweetie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Oh, all right. Good, honey. So she says, keep up the good work with yourself, with your health, with your life. Everything is working out for you just as you had hoped, and there is more abundance to come. The other man is there for you as well. I think she means a man coming into your life. New love is coming into your life, and the old one will transition to the new one. She says, don't worry about change. It's always better for you, change, than most people. She says you're very lucky. So those are your messages for this evening.
Can I ask her a question through you?
You can try. Go ahead. I don't know if I can get you an answer.
If she has any information about where I'm going to be living as far as a state, what state I'm going to be living in.
You can't fool.
I'm in the middle of a move.
You can't fool Mother Laura. You really had a life question, and you made me bring in your deceased relative for that. So I can't do that. Okay, and because I don't do life readings through the other side. And I'll just say to you that she thinks wherever you go, because she's already just said that, you're very lucky and you're very abundant and it will work out well for you. Okay, sweetheart? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, honey, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See, now people know that I do other side readings first, and if they want to be seen now, they're telling me to do an other side connection to get a life reading. And you can't fool Mother Laura. I can't use the other side for life readings unless people on the other side want to volunteer that information. And she sort of did, Grandma did. She said you're making a shift in your home or whatever you're doing in your home is going to work out well for you. But I couldn't get the wording that well. But to tell her where she's going to move is not a good use of the other side. Okay, so I'm going to go to Susie, who's waiting for an other side connection. Hey, Susie, what's up?
Hello, Laura. I'm excited. I'd love to hear from someone on the other side of my family members.
All right, well, let's see if somebody wants to come through for you. Hold on one second, please. Okay, yeah, your mother is here. Okay, your mother is here. She's very.
Of course.
Okay, she says very.
I called her in.
Oh, perfect. And mother's here. She's and she's going to give us some identification. Now, I have brought in her mother a few times. Okay, everybody knows that, but she'll be bringing in new information about who she is. Okay, she's very calm. One of the things she says is she's a very calm personality and kind and calm personality sort. And then she goes, not like you at all, Susie B. She says, you get very upset about things. She says, I'm sorry, honey, you may disagree with this, love. I would never have behaved the same way you do in some of the situations you're in. She says, but I love you just the same. She says, you're my little baby, and I give you my big hug and my big kisses. She says, stop getting so excited about everything. She says, things will work out for you in the long run, particularly with that new one that you're looking into or seeing right now. Everything is going to work out just as you had hoped. And please don't ask anyone for advice anymore, because really it's up to you. You're steering your own ship. Nobody else can. I'm sorry, but the message was so strong. I had to let her talk because she's like ready to go.
Absolutely. And I tell her that she is absolute. That is validation. That is correct. I sometimes don't behave as calmly as she would have here, and I lose my marbles. Loses her marbles.
Okay, now she's taking a little tissue, okay, and she's wiping tears figuratively under your eyes, and just cleaning up your nose a little bit if you have cried or been crying on and off here and there. She says, "Don't cry anymore." She says, "Everything is going to get a lot better for you."
Wonderful. That's just wonderful.
All right, sweetheart. I'm going to put you back in the queue, darling. Thank you so much for calling in, honey.
Okay, thank you, Nanda. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, love. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go to Amla, who's been waiting quite a long time. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, Amla. You were actually behind 2 other people. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Okay, I'm going to Charlize. Hello, Charlize. How are you this evening?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Could you please give me your question, Charlize?
I'm just looking some direction from my grandmother.
You're looking for what?
Some direction from my grandmother regarding my family.
You're looking for guidance from your grandmother regarding your family.
Yes.
So are you looking for mediumship, honey? That means connecting to someone who's deceased?
Or you can tell me. I don't know, like I'm just having some tough time in my family life.
Okay, well, this is what I recommend right now. Ask your guides for that. As I just mentioned, I don't go to the other side for advice. Unless you really want only your grandmother's opinion, and then I will attempt to make a validated connection with her. And then we will go into her advice for you. So you choose now. I'm giving you the opportunity to choose. Do you want me to make a connection to grandma for her opinion? Is that really what you want, darling?
Or I want you to answer if you don't.
All right, then.
It's not to the grandmother.
All right, then give me the exact question, and we will get you the answer from your guide, sweetheart. Just go right ahead and give me that question.
Okay, I went through 2 divorces, and I have a daughter with my first husband, and right now I'm just totally lonely. Nobody's with me. So what should I do? Should I move forward with my life, or should this 2 person reconcile with me?
Okay, so you want to know if you should.
Very bad luck in the relationship.
So you want to know if your relationship, you should reconcile with the relationship you've pushed away. Give me the name of that person, please, and I will connect better vibrationally.
The first husband is Rajiv, and the second husband is Sunil.
The second husband is who?
Sunil, S-U-N-I-L.
S-U-N-I-L. Okay. Gosh.
He's already married now. So he moved forward. He divorced me. He already married. So I don't know what should I do. I feel very lonely. I feel life is meaningless.
No.
Why?
All right, well, let's see what we could get for you. Yeah, but the first thing I say is I don't feel you should go back to the past. I feel that you need to move forward to a future. And I'm going to see what we can give you, honey. Hold on a second. I just need to go a little deeper, honey. Charlize, 832. You're hard on yourself. The first thing I want you to know is you're very critical of yourself. Okay, it's not your fault. Okay, it's not your fault. There are other people who have been in your life who have told you things about yourself that have beaten you down emotionally, and you feel very limited and very constricted and very restricted. Right now, you're restricting yourself because you are replaying those kind of messages you got from other people. Spirit wants you to know that you are a lovely person. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay, you're not lacking in any way, and you deserve to be loved. I see you as neglecting yourself. Okay? You've forgotten yourself. That's the first step. You need to award yourself. You need to treat yourself nicely. You need to get yourself dressed up nicely. You need to primp, do your hair more, get out of the house a little bit more. Sitting home like this, and I see you eating alone at a table and all this, and you're not taking care of your body or anything, or even dressing nicely anymore. Those things have got to slowly shift, and that is going to get you out of your rut. So the change starts with you. This is what they're telling me to say to you, that you need to stop being so hard on yourself and stop isolating yourself. They want you to take every day an action to be loving and kind to yourself. Do you have a son, please?
Pardon?
Do you have a son?
No, I have a daughter.
You have a daughter? Okay. I just feel your children or whatever. They can't get in your way. They can't stop you from doing this. You have to do it for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you differently, and stop being so hard on yourself. When you take action to be kind to yourself, do something extravagant like buy a new dress. Go to the beauty salon, things you wouldn't normally do. You wouldn't normally do because you feel it's indulgent. Spirit is telling you to do these things now, and that you're going to find as you do them, things are going to change for you. You won't be as lonely anymore. You're going to start to make new friends. There's only one thing you have to do right now. I don't want to give you everything. The first thing is to indulge and support yourself so that you can break the pattern you're in and start loving yourself more. And this is going to bring in a new life for you. Does that make sense to you, Charlize?
Yes.
All right, sweetheart. You're a kind person and you're a loving person. Be kind to yourself now. Okay, honey?
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, love. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Chuck, who has been waiting quite a while, and I know what his question is already. I think I know anyway. Hey, Chuck, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm fine, Laura. How are you?
I'm good, love. So go ahead and state your question. I don't want to assume it's what I think it is, honey. Go ahead.
Well, I've got 1,000 things to ask you and talk about, but that's for a later date. A couple years ago, I misplaced my wedding ring.
Okay. All right.
And I've been told.
Don't tell me anything more, honey. Don't tell me what other people have told you, because it's going to influence me. All right. So I know, because Marjorie told me that was one of your major questions. And I don't want to know about other things because it could influence me. So, okay. Something to do with water and losing the ring. Okay. So water. Now, the first thing that comes into mind is a pool. Either wearing it where you were near water and that you lost it in water. It could be down a toilet. It could be down a drain. It could be in a pool that you were swimming in. So that would mean that it's not retrievable. I'm going to go a little deeper on that, honey. Hold on. This is for Chuck P. Will he be able to retrieve the ring, yes or no? No, I don't feel that you can get it back, and I feel that it was lost, particularly when you're on vacation near water, and that it was lost. Either in the pool or in the sand, and that it won't be easily found again. It can't be found again. But the reason I don't mean to hurt you or harm you or anything, but it will soothe you to know that that can't be found and to let go of it. There's a metaphor behind this, and that is that physical things, we may cling to them. However, the essence of what that is never lost. The essence of what that is never lost. So honor your wife and your marriage is symbolically with love, and that will never change. That will never shift. You can create another way to hold on to it, or get another ring, if you will, but rechristen it as existing, and understand that the marriage and what it symbolizes has essence to it, and that was never lost. That was never lost.
Okay.
Okay. Spirit loves you. Spirit loves you very, very much. And when I'm done with this show, I'm going to email you a video on healing, and maybe that will make some. Maybe it would be of some help to you.
Wonderful.
All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much for calling in, love.
All right. We'll be in touch.
All right, honey. Thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to Amla. Hello, Amla. How are you, darling? I love this. Amla, where are you? Never mind how are you, but where are you? Okay. All right. We're going to put her back in the queue, and hopefully we'll get to her later. I have a number of other people waiting. I'm going to go to Catherine, who's got a life question here. Catherine, my beauty, would you please just give me your question and no background to it, honey? Just shoot out that question, please.
All right. Am I going to be successful in my business?
Yes, you are going to be very, very successful. You like your work very much as well. You're very enterprising. You have a lot of great ideas, not just good ideas, great ideas. The only thing that really could hold you back, darling, is your energy levels, which seem to ebb and flow. You know, you kind of get very enthusiastic and you follow your energy, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, I'm out of energy. So what Spirit would like you to do is pace yourself more. One of the reasons you do this to yourself is because you have a little bit of fear that you will or won't be successful. And so what you do is you overexhaust yourself when you get a creative flow. Do you see what I'm saying with that? Does that make sense to you? Yeah. So right. So just know that you're going to be successful, and you don't have to burn yourself out or burn the candle at both ends, whatever the saying is, that to exhaustion, and then you can't function, because success, particularly in your line of work, requires consistency, requires that long-term pattern that is equal and no highs and lows for it to be successful. So own success now, which will help you relax. And then you can just be there and do what you need to do. And you won't have that ebb, that high and that low as much. And that will allow you to be as successful as we, as your guides, know you can be.
Okay, and then when will I start thinking about it?
Very soon. Let me just see something here. Usually let me see. 780. It's going to come in very, very soon. I don't feel that you have much longer to wait. I see you're already making money, but not enough. Like a little bit here and there. But I see a windfall coming in. It looks like it's going to be more the fall. So use this time to plant the harvest, as they say. You know what I mean? You're planting the seeds. And that in the fall, you'll start to reap the harvest. And then things will start flowing to you easier. Let me see if there's any advice that they have to go with that. Get out of the house more is what they keep saying over and over. And get out of the house more and make connections more. That will be the lifeblood of you getting started. And by that statement, it reminds me of a business that is, well, like a coaching or counseling, or you have a service aspect to the business, and so you need to be out meeting people, right? Okay, so you need to get out and network. This is a formula for success. You need to get out and meet people at least once or twice a week. Well, in the beginning, now that you don't have the clients, do maybe twice a week. Business networking or some kind of networking. And then when you are getting the clients, always dedicate at least one day a week to do some fresh face-to-face networking, and then you will find that it sustains itself. Okay? Sustains itself. All right, love? Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Amla. I'm going to try to go to Amla. Amla, are you there now? Hi, honey. You were gone before. I guess you had to go to the restroom, right? You can tell me. Okay, honey. So what is your question, darling, this evening? What is your question, please?
Okay, so my question is, I know that I have a lot of past life with my sister.
Uh-huh.
And I've done a lot of forgiveness work. And can you just kind of tap in and what is up with her?
All right. What is her? Can you give me her initials, honey, or her name?
I can give the initials. P as in Paul, M as in Mary.
Ah, okay. P is in Paul, M is in Mary. And what's up with her? Okay.
Oh my God.
Relax. Relax. Let's see. Let's see what comes in. Relax. Hold on. Man, wow, sister, PM. There's something about domination. And there's a power struggle. Who's going to dominate who, and who's going to be the best at it? And so, of course, past lives come into this.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something about her needing to dominate you that is very tricky. So I'm going to go to that, love. Don't volunteer too much.
Yes.
Don't volunteer too much information to get the best out of me. Okay. She's afraid of being dominated herself. She feels underlying insecurity that you know more and are more than she is. Not that is so. It's a fear she brings in from other lifetimes in which she was dominated by you or she was subservient to you. She has chosen this lifetime to work through those issues. She's not making good progress with that. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And I see that you try to assure her that she's fine the way she is. I see you already addressing those issues with her, making her feel confident about herself, but she's very skittish about herself and her own connection to Source, God. See, the only thing that can quell what's the word for it? A skittish soul, a person who has this sort of, it's like an addiction almost. When a person has that, they have broken their umbilical cord to life source, God. And so, what I would like you to do with her is to remind her to let go, let God, and to remind her to use prayer to keep asking for what she wants. Okay, and then practice it, as an example. And also don't, if she comes to you for advice, don't give her advice.
You know what the funny thing is? It's like that's the problem. We never talk. I forget. It's so sad for us. Sometimes I forget I have a sister. It's really sad.
Aww.
We're just so different, and I've done so much forgiveness work on myself and forgiveness work on her, and sending her lots of love because she just doesn't talk. And you can't force somebody to talk to you. So I do the healing prayers, but from a distance.
All right. Well, what I get is that, I don't know, what I'm getting is that she's very skittish about herself and her own sense of inner security. And that creates all of this discord in herself. I don't feel she doesn't want to be like this. She doesn't want to hurt your feelings or anything like that. It's not deliberate. It's just she doesn't have a lot of inner peace. She doesn't have a lot of inner peace. Does she take drugs, or is she drinking too much? There's something about her that feels very skittish about life and insecure and very. She's hard on herself, and she's not a very peaceful person.
She's very hard on herself, and no, she doesn't do drugs. She does drink, but she doesn't excessively drink now. She's very hard on herself, and work takes over. She's like married to work, basically. It takes over her life.
Well, that's an addiction. That's an addiction. So she's a workaholic. See, okay. So now, if you ever have any kind of addiction, in a 12-step program, one of the first things they're teaching you is to let go, let God. And that, there's that prayer, the serenity prayer, the wisdom the strength to change that which I can change, and the wisdom to know the difference. So she's got that kind of, she's a very weak inner core of self. She doesn't have a lot of sense of peace or security or groundedness. She feels people are going to take for advice. She has to go to serenity. But if she asks you about, you know,